All right, hello everybody. Thank you again for coming this evening. We're going to go ahead and get the program started. It's going to be short but impactful, and I'm so excited to see you all. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce you all to our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Alvin Powell. He's going to share some words with you really quick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Triad Adult Pediatric Medicine facility here. We're happy that you're here today. I want to begin by asking everyone who is participating in the program if you will raise your hand. Please raise your hand if you're participating in the program. Yay. Let's give them a hand. We are so excited you all are here today because diabetes is an important illness. It's a significant chronic illness that impacts so many people in the United States. I want to give you some facts so that you can be aware of the fact that you are not alone today here with this condition. It's a real serious problem in the United States. So right now there are more than 40 million Americans that have diabetes. 40 million people are impacted by this disease. It affects 12% of the population. So about 1 in 10 individuals. And diabetes is the most expensive chronic condition in the United States. And so when we're talking dollars and cents, it's about $600 billion on an annual basis is what it costs. About $300 billion as far as costs for care, and another $300 billion as a consequence of disability and so forth as a result of inability to do the kinds of things that one would do if they were healthy. So it's a significant illness that has long-lasting complications and impact on our society and on individuals in general. So what you're doing today is really significant. So I want to share 3 things with you. 3 things to remember that I share with my patients all the time when I talk to them about diabetes. I learned this a long time ago. It hasn't changed. Despite all the medications that you see advertised, the Farxiga, the Januvia, the Ozempic, on and on and on, all those medications that you hear about, things haven't changed. 3 things that are going to be addressed today in this Food is Medicine program. The Food is Medicine program is important because food is what it's all about as far as diabetes. Number 1, the first thing that you should know about diabetes to remember is that diet is important. That's the first thing. Diet, what you put in your body, impacts your health. It's significant. In fact, food is, in fact, medicine. Number 2, exercise, movement. Diabetes movement, as we move, we will improve our blood sugar and our health outcome. Movement is so important. Someone sent me a YouTube today about a 108-year-old woman, 108 years old, who's driving. And she just got her driver's license renewed. She gets it for another 10 years. Now that sounds crazy, but she's alive and she's driving. Okay, so why would we restrict her driver's license? So diet, number 1, exercise, number 2, and number 3 is medication. All right? Number 3 is medication. That's the last thing that we need to do, but it's important. Okay? And you have to do all 3 if you have diabetes to get diabetes under control. So number 1 is what? Food, diet. Exactly. Not just a lot of food, okay? So when it says food is medicine, it doesn't mean eat anything you want or as much as you want. So diet, number 1. Number 2, exercise. Number 3, medication. Diet, movement, exercise, and medication. So with that, once again, welcome to this program. I think it's super. People have worked very hard. Dr. Gardner, Ms. Lucas, our CEO, I'm blocking, our CEO, Mrs. Lewis, and the rest of the team has worked really hard today to put this program together. It's going to be an excellent program. And I think, like everything else, what you put in your body, how much you move, and what you take as far as medication, all of that is important. And this program, if you put a lot of effort into it, you come every month and participate in all the activities, I think you're going to reap the benefits of it in 6 months, and we'll be able to measure that. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah, okay. Thank absolutely. You. Welcome.
Thank you. Tiffany, will you please join me? Thank you. So again, I'm Dr. Gardner. This is Tiffany Lucas, and together we're the clinical portion of this Food is Medicine program. For about a year, we've been working on the idea for this very day, because we think it's so important to, number one, give our patients access and to also set you up for success. And I just like to say that you have outrun all of your co or counterparts by showing up. Many times the hardest step is just showing up. So the fact that you're here is remarkable and you're heading in the right direction. We just want to give an overview of the program. The first out of 6 days is today. So it's going to be one day each month. You will graduate, and if you want to write this in your calendar so that you can let your friends and family know, you will graduate on November 18th. Each class is going to be held on Wednesday, the third Wednesday of each month. So that's going to be, and all of this information is in your folder. So you may hear me say it and not remember. It's okay. It's in your folder. So it's going to be today. The next one is July 15th, and then August 19th, September 16th, October 21st, and then you graduate on November 18th. So the basis of this program is food. You see grow bags here, which you'll learn about. You all didn't know, but you're coming to be gardeners today, because growing your food is one of the best ways to know exactly what you're getting in your body. And we're going to make it easy for that to happen. The other thing is knowing how to cook food. Many of us can cook, probably, but if you get a pot of greens and you put your ham hock in there, and then you put your lard in there, by the time you do all of those things to make it taste good, it may not be as healthy for you, even though the initial intent was to be healthy. So we're going to teach you how to cook. And we have a group here with the Second Harvest Food Program. It's a Cooking Matters program. We are so excited because every month that you come, you're going to be able to cook your own food. They're bringing all of the materials, all of the ingredients, the hot plates, whatever you'll need to prepare your meal for that night. So you're going to eat every time you come, but you're going to learn how to do it the healthy way. So I'd like to introduce to you Shalika Mean. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you for coming all the way from Winston. And she's going to be doing that every month from here on out to make sure that you all are set up for success and are able to cook. And then you'll be able to take home whatever recipe you prepare in your class. All right. Anything you want to add in?
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Gardner. So as Dr. Gardner stated, yeah, that's the overview. As she stated, you guys have the handouts there. But what I just want to add to this is I don't want you necessarily to focus on the A1C. The goal is long-term sustainable changes. Mm-hmm. And our goal here is to help equip you guys with how to make those changes. The change is literally one step, one day, one class, one choice at a time. That is where you start. Don't look at where, in 6 months, I'm expecting my A1C to be this. That's not your focus. We're not on 6 months from now. We're on today. And all we can do is day by day is make those smart, intentional changes that will be sustainable and lasting over time. Does that make sense? So it's literally no pressure. I want you guys to come here, just listen and being open-minded to what we have created for you guys in order for you to take it home and to go home and be intentional about those changes over time. So we're just here to put the tools in your hand. The work is still on you, but we're here to hold your hand through the way so that way you know and feel equipped and feel more empowered about what to do when you are at home, when you're not here, when you're not seeing your doctor, when you are out and about and we're eating with our family and our friends and we're like, that looks good. Actually, I just learned, I see you over there. It's okay. That's okay. We do it. We're human, right? This is what it is. Naturally, there are times that we want those sweet things and we want those things that we love so much. It's not just about what we're eating, it's about how often we're eating and how much of it we're eating. And that's really what we're here today to equip you guys with, just those tools, so that way you feel more empowered to say, okay, maybe I want that slice of cake, but I'm gonna have half. Maybe I want this rice, but I'm gonna do a smaller portion. That's our goal. That's all I got.
Yeah, and I mean, We have the insurance companies here. So whether you have insurance through Healthy Blue or Well Care, whoever you have insurance with, if you don't have insurance, we have someone here who can help you. So they are lined up on this back wall and then also in the hallway. And so many people don't know that through your insurance, you can get free gym memberships many times. You can get free scales. Lots of things are called value added benefits. So we want each of you to stop by whatever table suits you. They're saying they're going to give everybody whatever they want, whether you have insurance with them or not. So stop by the tables just to find out what's out there to help set you up for success. In addition to the cooking classes, the last class I'm very excited about, we're partnering with, and you can see the list of partners in your folder, North Carolina A&T State University, and they're going to do a movement is therapy class. And I know you might be saying, I'm not trying to do anything too crazy. We're going to make sure it's chill for you, but still getting your bodies moving. We're going to talk about GLP-1s. They're so popular right now, right? And so how that works with what you're already or what you may be taking now. We're going to talk about mentality. So many times, some of us, I won't ask you to raise hands, are emotional eaters. So when we're happy, we want a little something sweet. When we're sad, we just eat the whole refrigerator. Like, that's real, right? So you want to make sure that you're understanding where that's coming from to kind of help make better choices. So we are all here to support you. The majority of us in this room are staff that believe in you and that are here to support you every step of the way. I want to highlight some things that are in your folder. The main thing being the checklist for today. That's going to kind of keep you organized. It's a very simple sheet. Most of you have already signed the photo release form, so you can check that off. We're going to take, again, like I said, the before and after pictures so that we can compare from today to November 18th. You're going to get your blood pressure checked, your weight. If you haven't already done that, we'll do that at the end. Speaking with the insurance companies, and then the final thing will be to pick up your food. We've prepared a wonderful meal for you, healthy meal, so please enjoy that. If you brought a +1, please feel free to pick up a dinner for tonight. Dinner is on us. Okay. I would just like to highlight our partners. Our PHP's Healthy Blue. We have Miss Pat Richardson. Yes. If you don't have insurance, or if you just want to find out about some benefits that you can get outside of your insurance, we have Medisys. They are a nonprofit organization that offers some free pharmaceutical needs, so medication that you may or may not need. You can speak with them. And then everyone else is in this side hallway. If you've already gotten your blood pressure and your weight, they're there ready to give you fans and stress balls and everything else. So please enjoy them. Without further ado, our speaker for tonight is James Gardner. He is with Positive Direction for Youth and Families. He is, as a career, was a high school physics teacher and came out of the classroom in 2022 to operate this nonprofit community garden. It is about 3 miles from this location, right off of East Wendover. And so he'll tell you a little bit more about why he does what he does, and also give you what will be the foundation for this program, which is fresh produce. And you'll actually be growing it yourself. So welcome, please, Mr. James Gardner.
So,
Let me put this microphone
oh,
on.
sure. Perfect. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm James Gardner, and I'm an urban farmer from right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Dr. Gardner also told you what I do, but I'm going to jump right into it. I was having a conversation with Dr. Powell just before we got started, and we didn't talk about what he was going to say here. Obviously, this is Dr. Powell. He knows this field. But he told you guys that there were 3 things that he wanted you to focus on for this program. What were those 3 things, or at least one of those things? Diet. Diet was the first one, right? You all were told at the very beginning that you were going to become gardeners. All right, so keep that in mind. Diet was the first. The second was what?
exercise or movement, right? And then the last one was medication. Okay, gardening and the work that I get to do every single day really incorporates all three of those things, right? Diet, obviously, because I get to grow the food that I eat. One of the reasons that I got into this field was because I was dealing with students who were hungry and they were distracted by foods that are not necessarily the best thing for you, right? So I wanted to create something that I could teach to younger people, right? To say, hey, there's different snacks that we can lean to when we're hungry. So that was the idea, was to feed people healthy food. And then I got out there and started working, and we incorporated that movement into it. And then I learned from YouTube University and a lot of failure and a lot of trying things out that the life really begins in the soil, right? We'll talk a little bit about that. But the medicine really kind of starts in the soil. So this program, and when you hear this term, food is medicine, or this phrase, food is medicine, it really makes a lot of sense. Even the medicines that are created in big pharma and in big labs typically can be traced back to some type of vitamin or nutrient that came from the soil or came from a plant. So I get to have fun. I'm going to teach you guys how to do what we're doing here. But before we leave, if you all would like to do it yourselves, I've got some gloves if you don't want to get your nails or hands grimy like mine are. We can do that with you, and I can answer specific questions about what's going on here. But I think that it is extremely valuable, not just for your health, but for your pockets and for your social and mental well-being, to get your hands into some soil and actually watch food grow and then consume it. I think it's amazing. But it all starts with the soil, all right? What we have today are 3-gallon grow bags, and they are filled with a soil. I'll actually hold this up for you. This is the soil that we have. Now, it's a very good potting mix. You guys are going to take this home, so y'all's is ready to go. I typically will plant in these at least 2 times before having to amend the soil. Amending soil is a whole nother lesson, and they'll have to call me back to teach that one. But my phone will be waiting for you. So essentially, the life of the plant starts in the soil, unless we're doing some urban farming, which I do that as well. And I invite anybody to come out to our garden on Saturdays, Saturday mornings. We do some growing without soil as well. So we were taught in school, plants need air, they need oxygen, sunlight, and soil, and water, to grow. They don't necessarily need soil. Look, I'm forgetting. They don't necessarily have to have soil. They just need some source of nutrients, right? So I grow in my garden without soil, and it's fun. I raise fish and use the nutrients from fish water to grow plants as well. Leafy green vegetables, fruiting vegetables, all of those things. But for today and for what you guys are going to take home, your plants are going to get its nutrients from this soil. The soil is already mixed with fish emulsion. I told you I raise fish. Fish produce all of the nutrients that plants need to grow, believe it or not, outside of some iron. But either way, it's another science lesson, again, for the next time they call me. But there's some fish emulsion in the soil, and it's really airy. It's not watered in right now, but when we plant and you guys take it home, then I'll have you guys water it. We'll talk about that. So just a quick planting lesson. I think I'm supposed to tell you guys why I did this, and I think I did that. I would recommend you all this is a squash plant. Now, we are planting squash now because squash grows during the summertime. It's another beautiful thing about growing. You get to you figure out what grows best when. And I truly believe that our bodies were designed to eat food that is being grown right now. So in the now, your body's designed to eat the food there. And by eating locally, you know that the food was grown right now. For instance, have you ever gotten a watermelon in January. You probably have. That means it was not grown here. And in my opinion, they're not always the best because they have to be shipped from someplace very tropical to where we are. But when you get watermelons at the end of July and the beginning of August from the watermelon man on the corner, right? Typically those were grown here or maybe someplace just further south from us, and they are significantly better. But either way, we're trying to eat what's seasonal. Now, how do you know what to plant and when? I'll give you guys a cheat code and I'll charge you guys later, okay? Essentially, if you go to a nursery, any nursery, and see what's growing, what they're selling, these are little cell trays. These can tell you what to plant right now. If they're not growing in your nursery right now, it's not time to plant them. For instance, if you go right now, you won't see collards. You won't see kale. You won't see cabbage, even lettuce, because those are cold weather crops. Once the end of August hits and September comes around, you'll start seeing collards and kale and those things in the nursery. Even at Walmart or at Lowe's or Home Depot that sells plants, always look to what they're growing to know what to plant. All right, so right now, squash and zucchini are growing. If you come to the garden, I've got them growing out of my ears because that's what's there to plant right now. So that's what you guys are going to plant. And I'm going to give you an example of how we plant one right now. This is a squash plant, and I grabbed a good one because I've got a damaged leaf on there. You always want to kind of check your seedlings to see if there's any damage on the leaves and stuff like that. You want to try to grab ones that don't have that. But it's inevitable. There will always be something with some damage when you buy a tray of 6 plants. So you can take your house scissors. I've got mine right here and literally just snip off the damaged piece. Wherever I'm planting this, I actually just drop it right in the soil because that plant has nutrients that this plant needs, right? So eventually it'll break down and just add it back to the soil. So I just add it to the pot. That's because I'm a little bit deep. You can throw it in the trash if you want to. I would say just throw it outside. If you're not going to put it in your pot, throw it outside. But this is, now we've got a healthy plant because what the plant will do, anything that you plant, anything that exists on this planet that is living is designed to reproduce. Everything is designed to reproduce. So the plant's number one goal is to reproduce. So if there's a damaged area of the plant is like, hey, I've got to fix that. This is why we're here, right? I've got to fix what is wrong. So it's going to send all its energy to fixing the damaged part. We want the fruit, right? Because that's what we want to eat, the plant. So we'll take the damaged part off, and now the plant is like, okay, well, that's gone now. It can focus on reproduction. And the reproduction comes wherever the seeds are going to be, right? So we'll get more fruit. So we've got flowers on these. I know the difference between the male and the female flowers here, but it doesn't matter to you all because if you sit it outside, the bugs and things are going to pollinate it for you and you're going to get fruit. But this is just going to simply be placed in the pot just like that. Now I dug a little hole just as deep as the plant, and I'm going to tilt it so you guys can see that. And that's it. You have now planted your source of squash. Now, how much squash are you going to get from this? Actually, quite a bit. That one plant with its first fruit will probably give you 4, maybe 5 fruits in the first week. Talk to me. That's what I need to hear. That's a great question. So if you're planting in the ground at home, let's say we didn't have these bags. Yes, you're going to want to plant these because they actually will keep on growing. They're prolific. That's the term for it. But they'll keep on growing almost like a stalk. And so you want space for those to grow. So you might take this, plant it here, and then give it about 2 feet for the next one. Now, if we're in bags, you're okay because the roots of this plant are going to stay in this bag. So in the ground, the roots are just going to spread out. They're going to be just getting the nutrients from everywhere, and they can start to compete with one another. All right. So you don't want to plant those right beside each other. You want to give them a couple feet to 1.5 feet, 2 feet to grow. But in the bags, you could set your bags right next to each other. Only thing they'll compete for potentially is the sunlight. But if you're out in full sun, which another thing, everything that we have here, these are all summer plants. They like the heat. They want the sun, but they also get thirsty, right? We're putting them in bags. So once it's planted, you're gonna water it very well. And I say very well. Let's say I've got a little, I don't know, it's not even a pint of water. You're gonna want to maybe water it with about 2 of these worth of water for the very first time. And then each day, while it's hot like this, in the early morning or late in the evening, you're going to give it another bottle of water, right? You don't want to do it in the summer, in the middle of the day, although you're going to want to do that because you're going to go outside, you're going to look at it, and you're going to see your plant. It's just sitting there like limp, like it doesn't want to live. But it's just the plant's mechanisms to reduce the amount of energy that it's using in the heat of the day. So it's not going to use a lot of energy to keep these leaves up because the sun is out there. They're going to absorb the energy from the sun, but they'll just reserve that energy. And then when you water it in the night, it's got all the energy it needs to pull up that water, pull up the nutrients from the soil, and live like that. So when you see your plant in the daytime looking limp, it's okay. It is okay because it happens. And you're like, what is wrong with my stuff? You want to water it. You don't want to water it in the heat of the day because it's trying to conserve its energy. Everything operates off energy from the sun. So great question. And if there are any more questions, y'all got to make me talk, make me wrap it up because I can talk, y'all. Forgive me. But that we have planted a squash, all right? And everything that this squash needs to grow is already in this pot. So when you guys take it home, all you need to do is give it sunlight and give it water. And when are you going to water it? Night or early in the morning, before 10 o'clock. Even by 10 it gets warm, but do it in the morning. It's a nice activity. This is that movement, that point number 2. You'll learn, I mean, every day, if you're just walking to go add some water to your plant, it's additional physical activity that you otherwise would not have been doing. And before you know it, you get addicted to seeing what your plant is doing. So you're moving, and now your mind is thinking about life, right? How to make the life of this plant better. As the plant grows, you're eating and you're improving your life at the same time. So it all works together really as medicine. Yes, question. I love that question. You can grow inside, all right? The question was, what if you don't have a balcony, a deck, or even a space in the yard that you're able to grow? You can grow inside. It can get a little bit difficult because of the lack of sunlight, but as long as you do have some sunlight, if you sit it in the window, certain things will grow better than others. Your peppers may do a little better. The leaves are a little bit smaller. They can grab that the sunlight a little bit better. We have eggplant here as well. Everything can be done inside and or outside. The benefit of inside, though, is that you can extend your growing season. And you have different pests. So, bugs were outside before we were, and they like plants. Sometimes, we don't treat in my garden with any types of pesticides or anything like that. So sometimes we sacrifice plants because of the bugs, just to keep our food production healthy. But to answer your question, absolutely, you can definitely grow outside of outside. You can grow inside is what I'm trying to say. And then there's other ways of doing that too. I talked about growing with towers without soil. Towers can be set up inside and with minimal effort. Say that again. Like a water flow, right? There's a pump that sits in the bottom, sends water to the top, gravity brings it back down to the roots of the plant, and the plant can produce. Oftentimes you can get lights for those as well. When you're ready to do that, let me know because I will definitely guide you. Okay, that's a great question. So a plant like this here, believe it or not, there's fruit on this plant. It's very, very tiny, but this plant, planted right here, if somebody wants this pot, you'll have squash in about a week and a half. Believe it or not, you have squash in a week and a half. You want this one? And there's probably some more. Well, no, I don't see fruit there. This is a good pot, but about a week and a half for this one here, maybe 2 weeks for the next. I'll stop right there because I could go into why they fruit so early. essentially there's a bug that likes squash, and over time the plant has evolved, for lack of a better term, to fruit earlier in the summer season, so that we can get more fruit before the plants die due to this vine borer. It's natural selection, whole science lesson we could do on that. I don't want to overstay my welcome, but I'd love to field any more questions before we go to the next thing. Go ahead.
The only thing, what are their options for planting? I know you
Oh yeah.
squash, peppers.
Okay, so today the options are squash, and we have quite a few of those. We have eggplant, great vegetable. A lot of people don't know what to do with it, but I'm sure that Dr. Gardner and the team can maybe get us some recipe cards. Excuse me, I like eggplant lasagna, Parmesan. You can actually bake it. You can use an air fryer to fry it instead of frying it. There's plenty of ways of doing that very healthily. But I said eggplant, there's squash. We have yellow bell peppers, and actually several of these plants already have the peppers on them. And they will give you a full pepper just like anything else. You get deep into it. Some people say, well, snip the fruit so that the plant can focus on the roots. Don't worry about all that. That's for the next lesson again. And then I have San Marzano tomatoes, which are actually a paste tomato. So if you're into making your own spaghetti sauce or sauces like that, that is the type of tomato that I have. And I've got a bunch of them. I can tell you exactly how to plant those as well. But those are also prolific. You might need to trellis them. That's another conversation. When you guys come to plant it yourselves, I'll walk you through exactly what's necessary for those tomatoes. But those are the options.
Thank you so much.
Is that good?
Any other questions before we get started?
Because I could talk for hours. I don't think you want. Yes, ma'am. I do. I can be found on YouTube. It's the Gardner Effect. Okay. But everywhere else, it's pdyfcommunitygarden.org.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll get that information to you if it's not already in the packet. So for now, sorry. Okay. So now we're going to have you're going to look at your checklist to make sure you have everything up. It's going to be like a kind of a community fair. So for those of you, staff included, but please let our participants go first, who want to come up and plant your own grow bag, please feel free to do that now, as well as visit the PHPs. And then once you've done all of that, you can check out and get your food. I do want to give Shalika about a minute to say anything that you need to say to prepare them for the next few months.
Well, welcome everyone. Hopefully you all had a great evening, and thank you for having us here. I'm Shalika from Second Harvest Food Bank. I'm the lead nutrition educator there. Once a month we will be meeting together and we'll be cooking a meal together through a program called Cooking Matters. This is a really great program to just learn how to brush up on your knife skills, your food safety skills, or just how to utilize your pantry items in recipes. Because this is the reality. All foods fits, and sometimes some of us need to go visit a pantry and grab pantry staple items. And those items still can be made into a healthy meal. So that's the main focus of this program, is try to incorporate different types of food groups in our meals as well. We talk about the food groups, and we want to try to aim for 3 or more food groups in a recipe. So this is a really great way to try out new foods and learn how to cook and just brush up on your kitchen skills. And we're going to have a fun time and try new and delicious foods and things like that too. So again, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, of course.
All right. Mrs. Lewis, would you please say hi to everybody and then lead them to the breakout session. So please come here first to plant and then enjoy your day. Thank you so much. I know you're going to be so successful and I can't wait to see you again next month.
Well, I'm here to say hi to everyone. This has been so enlightening this evening. Thank you so much for coming out, and for all the participants, we want to thank you for coming out on this evening. I want to thank our staff that have worked really hard to make sure that this program came to fruition. Thank you so much, staff, Dr. Gardner, Tiffany Lucas, and all the team members, Dr. Powell. Thank you so much. And to the PHPs, thank you for being with us on today. Second Harvest, Medicine. I want to make sure I thank everyone. Who did I miss? I missed Mr. Gardner, the gardener. So remember that, Mr. James Gardner, the gardener. Thank you so, so much. This information was so informative on today. And just remember, I know it's for the participants. This one right here, this one belongs to me. So, but just know, to our participants, just know that we care about you and we are cheering you on during this journey. We're looking forward to the next few months, and then in 6 months, we're looking forward to seeing the before picture and the after picture. And we're looking forward to the change that you're going to have in your life through this Food is Medicine program. At TAPM, we're about whole person health. And whole person health is not just, Dr. Powell, you did a very good job. Dr. Powell said there are three things that we need to do if we have diabetes. But I think there are three things that we need to do just in general to make sure that we stay healthy. And that's, one is what? Diet. We're going to learn this today, right? Number two is exercise. And number three, if you need it, medication. But sometimes you may not need medication if we can catch things a little earlier. But we're about whole person health. And with whole person health, it's not just about the physical, but it's about the behavioral, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and even this, what we're doing today. We care about you. And we're looking forward to seeing your success in the next few months. All right. Thank you so much for coming out today. Mm-hmm.